Herb, let me close this before we start. Welcome to Lazy Recipes Live. So after yesterday's butternut squash and shrimp, which was delicious, I found myself with a whole bunch of butternut squash left over. And since it was all roasted and already all ready to be made into something, I thought, well, and some of it's smushy and some of it's cubed, I thought, well, this will be a really easy thing to make into like a curry sauce that we can then throw over stuff that we've already got. So the way I'm going to do that is with my Vitamix, I am going to dump all of this sweet butternut squash into my Vitamix. And then I also am going to add some steamed carrots because I have carrots and they're sweet and they will add a nice flavor to this. Of course, I steamed them, so you have to kind of be careful. But all I did was stick them in a steamer basket while I was doing other stuff. Carrots are one of those things that it's kind of hard to over steam them. I mean, you could if you left them on there long enough, but I knew that they would be fine. So that's just my leftover butternut squash, some steamed carrots, and then I'm going to add some coconut milk. This is the light coconut milk. I didn't need it to be too thick for this because I'm already going to have so much thickness from the vegetables that are in here. So I was totally fine. If I'm making something that I want to get its thickness from the coconut milk, then I would use regular, or you know, if I'm using it as like a cream, I would use regular. But this, I'm just using it for the flavor. So I used light and saved myself a couple of calories. So now that's just butternut squash, carrots, and some coconut milk, and then I'm adding chicken stock. And I'm just going to add it till it's 3/4 of the way up because I don't know how much I'm going to need, but I'll be able to add as I go. And this actually shouldn't take very long. This should be pretty quick. And if you don't have a Vitamix, you can just put all these things into a big pot and use your hand blender. If you have one of those, even a regular blender, like the baking blenders. Not the ones that you hold like this, but the ones you hold like this. Even one of those would work for this just fine. All right, let's see how we do here. Perfect. So I got that started. And now I'm going to add my seasonings to this. Sweet potato would be another good thing to add into this. So I am going to add 1.5 tablespoons of curry powder. This is just the plain old curry powder that you get at your grocery store. See, curry powder. And I'm gonna add some cinnamon, which will add a nice little, what's that? Right, flavor? So it's just a little bit, maybe about 1/2 tablespoon of cinnamon. And I will say that everything I've used so far has been unsalted, including the broth. That doesn't mean it doesn't have sodium in it. It just means that there wasn't salt added to it. So I may find that when I'm ready to serve this, it needs some salt, which is totally fine. But at least I can control it by then. And then I'm gonna add about 1/2 tablespoon, a little less, garlic powder. Add my pepper. And then let it do its thing again, really quick. And then I'll show you how I'm going to put it together. Awesome. Now, you can see the lid off. You can see how thick it is, which I like. It's almost like a puree. Oh my God, it's so good. Oh, that's delicious. Okay, so that's sort of like a puree at this point. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put a pot on the stove with a little bit of heat under it, and I'm gonna pour this mixture. And for those of you that are just joining me, all this is my leftover butternut squash, about 1.5 to 2 cups of steamed carrots, can of light coconut milk, maybe a cup of chicken stock, and curry powder, cinnamon, and garlic powder. That's all I put in here, and it came out looking like this. So now what I'm gonna do, there's a little bit of heat in this pan, and I'm gonna pour. Ooh, this is gonna be good. Okay. Oh my God, it tastes so good. This is almost like a soup. In fact, I might thin it out and just make it into a soup because it tastes so good. I just want to eat that. Oh wait, what was I doing? I'm also going to add, as that's warming up, because remember I just pulled that butternut squash, I just pulled it out of the fridge. So that is not a warm concoction right now. That is a lukewarm concoction thanks to the steamed carrots that I added in. So into the pot that currently has all that yummy stuff in it, I'm adding some frozen peas. Peas are gonna add a really nice sweet flavor, and as everything heats up, it will defrost the peas. Add some more on top. There we go. Now everybody's sandwiched in there. Wow, that looks so good. Okay, so that's all it looks like right now. Okay, so now you're probably asking yourself, is Erin a vegetarian now? No, she is not. She supports you. And if you're a vegetarian, you can stop watching right now, because that would be the end of this segment for you. I am not. So I went to the store and bought a rotisserie chicken because it's easier than cooking chicken, and I didn't feel like it tonight. It's leftovers night, and I wanted it to be easy. So all I'm gonna do is take a whole bunch. First I'm gonna take the skin off, and then I'm just gonna, you know how these just kind of peel apart as they're all roasted and yummy? I'm just gonna take these pieces as I pull it apart and stick them in here. All together, I will have all the food groups really necessary for a lovely dinner. You could serve this over brown rice or wild rice. You could serve this over potatoes. That's a very curry-ish thing to do. You could add spinach to this. There's all kinds of ways to change this up, but because the curry is such a distinct flavor, you don't want to add anything else that has a really strong flavor, because you really want to be able to taste the curry. That's it, you guys. The easiest leftover meal ever. I'm gonna finish peeling this chicken apart and eating it. Let that warm all the way through. Probably throw together a bag salad really quick, and that'll be it. So I'll take a picture when it's done. Okay, bye guys.